Hey everyone, welcome to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie Von Slaughter.
I mean, Fuego here.
Marcia Parker.
Yep.
We are here to do a Patreon request, you guys. We are going to be doing a commentary requested by none other than SK.
SK.
That's all they requested be known by, so SK it is.
Hi, Stephen King. How are you?
Yes, wouldn't it be awesome?
Yeah.
But we are going to be doing a commentary for the original Hellraiser, starring Doug Bradley.
Directed by Clive
Started
Cecil.
everything off. Something we should have been done on this channel for a long time anyway, so it's all well and good. We're going to do the commentary, we're going to follow it up with the review, and we're going to get going right away. Guys, we are at 0:01. Just so you know, Clive Barker's is on the screen. Before we get into it, guys, we want to mention that this episode is actually sponsored.
Yay!
One of our earliest horror show sponsorships here. It is sponsored by none other than J.R. Hamantashen and his or hers, I don't know for sure, but all the better that authors remain sort of mysterious that way. But it is a deep horror that was very nearly awe. This is a brand new anthology horror book that just came out this month. You guys can click the link in the description box down below to get your hands on a copy of this. We're actually going to be doing a review of this later on as well, so you will be able to see our review of it, but rest assured it is an anthology book that is worth your time to at least check out. That link again is in the description box down below. Thank you very much to JR for sponsoring this episode. We greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Raise some hell.
Alright, so everyone's seen this before, right?
Clive Barker's Hellraiser.
I prefer the second one.
I know, it's like one of
I've
your
watched
favorites.
all of them.
You did?
Yeah, remember I did that whole kick where I watched all of them?
Like all of them, even the ones where there was no more Doug Bradley.
I have no idea.
Or
I
Doug.
watched...
Is that his name? Doug Bradley, right?
I think
Yeah,
I watched all
there's a
the
few.
ones that Cecil had.
We need to go through those at some point. Introducing Ashley Lawrence.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I really have it in myself to watch them again,
Go through
but...
them all.
Yeah. I think I've only watched up through like 3 or 4. Whichever one. Which
Wait,
was the
there's
space
only like
one?
5, right?
Space one was what, 4 or 5, something like that.
There's like 9 of them.
Oh, maybe I haven't watched all of them. I think I only
There's a
watched
lot
5
of
of them.
There's a lot of direct-to-video stuff that came later.
Oh,
It's,
well, those don't count.
Where's my...
I think
Do they
they're-
count?
Look it up.
They're still technically within the series, I guess, but...
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, I know, Cecil, you watched the most recent one, which was the second not to feature Bradley, right?
Yeah,
It was
Susie
the one
and I
with
watched
Lang
that.
Camp
Didn't
in
we do that
it,
together?
and...
Yeah, it's not
Yes.
good.
Which
That's what I
one?
heard.
Terrible.
Trailer looked
Hellraiser
interesting.
Judgment.
Terrible. Wanted my time of life back.
Time of life. Let me
Written
see
and
just
directed
how many
by Clive
Hellraiser
Barker.
movies there have been at this point.
It's the
Guys,
box.
this is a commentary, so obviously we're going to be talking through the whole thing. Ideally, we've seen this movie enough times, but there's the very first appearance of the Lament Configuration. Le Marchand's
Or
box.
also known
Those
as
are the
my
dirtiest
box.
fingernails I've ever
I
seen.
was about to say, they are
Not
truly
original.
disgusting looking.
Who?
Jomo?
Really?
Clean them
Yeah.
fingernails.
Yeah, he got one from the original movie.
Get me one.
Oh, okay. Let me just pull it out of my ass.
Yeah.
Why can't you?
Lord knows I got enough space.
And this
I was going to say, you have a lot up there.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Snap.
And this guy is a
Not telling me anything I
kinky
don't know
bastard. He's a
already.
weirdo.
This guy is
This.
interesting.
Oh, how do you like that? That we're already getting huge score vibes, though. Like
Right.
this is unique horror score.
Well, I also like the lighting, especially in this scene, with him being surrounded by the candles alone and everything, and it's very ritualistic, and
Very hot. Very hot.
This is very reminiscent of the Pinhead experience.
he at
if I
least
do
has
say so
clean
myself.
fingernails.
a towel.
Oh.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
And it opens. Where's the cheating?
You open the box.
I want the
I
pain. I want the
came.
punishment. Give
Alright,
me
film.
kinky
There you
sex.
go.
Gotta threaten me with a good time.
Oh,
Oh.
Snizzap. Hang on. So Hellraiser 1, 2, 3, Hellraiser Bloodline, Hellraiser Inferno.
Bloodline was the one in space,
Hellraiser
right?
Hellseeker, Hellraiser Deader, Hellraiser Hellworld, Hellraiser Revelations, and Hellraiser Judgment. There have been 10.
Disney.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I haven't watched all of them then. I think I've only watched
I know
5.
I have.
Dun-dun-dun.
There's very few.
I have
honestly,
not. I have not.
How could you not?
Oh,
I think Bloodline was the last one I watched. That is really gross looking.
outside of the first 4, I don't really care about the rest. There's 2 of the later ones that are good.
See,
I actually really like Hellworld with Lance Henriksen. That's a fun one.
I really like the set design, what they did with this movie.
Oh, I'll watch anything like that. Oh, wow, that's quite the piece of art that we just saw. That's one
the
thing about
rotting
Clive Barker.
fruit in the kitchen, and
The problem is a lot of the later Hellraiser movies were other movies that were then bought by Dimension and made into Hellraiser movies.
Oh, so they were kind of
Pinhead has,
retrofitted, kind of like what they did.
1 minute's worth of screen time, and that's it.
So kind of like what they did with Cloverfield,
Yeah.
where they'll like retrofit a film and
Except
just
it's
make it a
the
part
This
of
is
the
cool.
universe.
Yeah, the torture chamber is the center.
the
That's the
column
first
of
scene.
death.
Yeah,
Now I'm suddenly remembering walking through that room ourselves.
absolutely.
That was pretty dope.
I got a special sneak peek of that room. Ah.
I did too. I did the freaking.
Yeah, we were there
Ad
filming
for
the promo, you and me.
Yeah, it was awesome.
No, I mean after hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I got to go in.
Was it you that went in, or was it? Oh, that's a
Nice.
face.
The
That's so
face
awesome.
rip.
That's
yeah.
a face.
Like,
Can I wear it
it's
as a
like,
necklace?
I'm trying to put the puzzle back together after we ripped him apart.
Oh, that's so cool, though.
Yeah, that is cool.
That's so Clive Barker.
He's got a lazy eye.
Oh, there's my man.
Yeah, Clive Barker's a sick bastard, I gotta say. He's on a
Maybe
different
like a
level
big
than like a
version,
Stephen
big
King
man.
or
Hi,
Matheson or, you know,
precious.
a lot of other iconic people.
We know this guy. He's been on our
Yeah.
Couple
Oh,
times.
sorry.
That is so cool. I forgot that he placed the face back like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
How could I refuse talking to a girl from Kensington?
Everything's okay.
And this is where the movie slows for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, it's where the movie slows, period.
Yeah, very deliberately. I don't know. I do feel like the pace of the second film is more my style. They definitely do the whole Aliens T2 thing with the sequel.
Yeah, it's
Bigger, louder, more violent,
yeah.
crazier, jumping into the
Non-stop
other world.
action.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 and 3 I really like. I actually like 2 more than 1, but
Look at those blue eyes on
I know.
them.
I know.
Geeks.
This
Ice blue.
bitch.
Mm-hmm.
They have matching eyes. Do you think they're wearing contacts?
She
I'm not
might be.
sure.
I don't think he is.
Boy, her
Yeah.
hair is so horrible, though.
It's of the time.
I know, but God.
This slut.
This what?
It's funny, I was talking to
It's
Lou
true.
at work the other day, and he's like, I don't know, there's something about just a chick with a hot mullet that I really love.
You know,
We were watching Green Room at the time.
she
but-
likes to party.
Well, okay then. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. They don't know what happened to him.
Nope. Because he disappeared.
I didn't even realize she was smoking.
Everybody's smoking. You just can't see his cigarette right now.
Oh.
No argument.
And she puts it out
Just
on the
walking
floor in the house?
Yeah.
Really?
She's
Shows she does not want to live there.
all party, man. It's that mullet.
Stained glass windows. Damn.
Business in the front.
Party in the back.
She lacks it in the back.
Wow.
Sorry, I've been around a child and a grandmother all day, so I need to get it out.
Let it loose.
Ooh,
Dang,
ugh,
very nice.
ugh,
Yummy.
ugh. Oh
wow,
man,
look at all
that's
that.
so good.
That's a great looking shot.
There's a finger. I think it's your brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I like how he
She's
picks
like,
up
"It's
that
King.
and
I
figure
like
it.
it."
He's like, it's Frank.
One of his famous
Pornographic porcelain? That's Frank.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm surprisingly aroused.
She puts it in her pocket for later.
She is, too.
Yeah.
Them shoes, though.
It's probably made after the two then.
Have any of you guys
Nope.
read The Hellbound Heart that it's based on?
I know
No.
you started to for
I
this
started
right?
to for, startling story time.
What was it?
The daughter.
The Hellbound Heart, the Clive Barker story that this was based on.
Oh.
With all of her inquisitive kinks.
Mm-hmm.
She misses him because she liked his
does.
D.
Jeez.
Wow.
Eeks.
Kinky. I forgot about all those pictures.
That's Kirsty. Kirsty. I don't know. Different people pronounce it different ways.
I think
in
of
this movie.
Kirsty Allen. Well.
Whoa.
Bad boy.
Well, Jesus.
Bad boy.
Who was
He
taking
really
the-
likes girls
Who was
with
taking
mullets.
these photos?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, hold my camera, bro.
Photographer.
It's on a timer, Jaime. Come on.
Yeah.
You should see the ads I put in the paper.
Never go food task. I don't know why it reminded me of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
She pocketed the photos just now, right?
Well, she's
Pocketed
using
it.
that in the
For later for
figurines for
spank
later.
banks.
See
Yeah,
Frank
yeah.
photo for the spank bank. Girls don't have spank banks, do they?
She took the one with the girl with the mullet because that's the one that most looked like her.
That's closely
Yeah.
approximated to
You could
her.
be twins. Fiddle the bee, fiddle the bee.
She's like, "Can you wear this mask tonight?" It's his like brother's face. Can you wear this mask? Thanks.
This
This
mask.
face mask of your brother's skin.
Damn. It's not a pornographic porcelain.
Damn.
Oh, these guys are really bad at their job.
Literally hoisting a bed up the stairs with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Great.
Marcia's right.
Yeah.
Everyone's smoking in this movie.
What kind of crew did you hire, douche?
Look at this fucker looking her up and down. It's so
Right.
funny. Yeah.
She's doing it on purpose.
She's all like, "What are you guys doing later? I have these photos and a figurine."
She's like, yeah, let's get the husband out of the way. So, look at them just checking her
yeah.
out like she's supposed to be this hot piece.
"Right."
She's really not.
No.
What are you talking about, man?
But she's
The
got the
daughter's the
mullet.
hot piece in
But
this.
she's got
Come
that
on,
mullet,
but-
man.
Have you seen her shoulder pads?
Mm.
Jeez, man.
On fire.
And just to
Imagine
be
how much hairspray she uses every morning.
frank, I mean, I was complimenting
Frank.
Anne Margaret.
Oh.
Can I
Frank.
still be Garth? Now, was this his directorial debut? I believe it was. Because he also directed Nightbreed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hybrid sucks. The movie's got... Well, I only
No,
saw
her
the
I quite
director's
like.
cut most recently, and the director's cut sucks.
Hmm.
The regular cut, I think, is okay.
She always hated this house. So weird.
You gotta come check out this house.
They're still there?
And they were still checking her out, too.
Ew. Gross. Sweaty.
I swear, the builder with the cut off arms is like a walking hard-on just looking for a hole. It's really...
I just wouldn't give them a beer until they brought my freaking mattress upstairs.
Seriously.
Can I have a
what the
beer?
hell?
Did you get the...
They're
Have you
just
done your
standing
job?
there. That
Lack of
mattress is
production
not that
going on.
heavy.
Yeah. I never would have known.
Are you sure?
No. She's called me dad for no. Well, I can't really say that. Slut.
Well then.
There's no water.
Yeah, just bang it a little harder. Mm.
Great job.
Wow.
Like, just shit! Like, he flails his arms around like that.
What is that gonna do?
This is funny.
Shit, Cecil!
I forgot about this scene.
Now she's having memories of the time I fucked my husband's brother.
Back when I had hair. Yeah, that makes my, to be frank,
She's wearing
even funnier.
clip-ons. Does anybody else notice this?
Oh, yeah.
What a great brother this guy is.
He's like, my whole body's wet.
Pick
Now I
up
need
my
to get my
bag,
D
bitch.
wet.
Yep.
Let's go.
I must hide the picture in my pocket. She's up there to empty the spank bank, like Susie was saying.
That's weird. That's not weird at all. I'm just gonna go
I
up
look
here,
down on you.
Linger.
Yeah.
linger over the
She did
banister.
just for that.
I hate your youth.
I remember this is the room he took me in.
Literally took me.
I bet
Made me
she's
his
just like,
whore.
you wait there, bitch, you wait there.
I loved every minute of being his
Stand right
whore.
there. I have an anvil to drop on you.
She's so dramatic.
Very
It's
brooding.
the mullet.
Drama mullet.
Yeah,
Drama mullet.
Yeah, the drama, it definitely always.
Who's that's like that?
Someone who wants to third.
Fat, 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 fat.
Kiss your chin.
Chin, yeah. Or you missed.
Kiss me, Topper. Kiss me like you never kissed me before.
Oh.
It's so exciting.
What?
I'm quivering. Clive Barker's just a weird son of a bitch, I swear.
Like, where's her husband during all this?
Yeah, really.
He's away on business, and what a great brother this guy is.
She's struggling.
Start like karate chopping each other.
Just like, oh. And then she bites off his finger.
Ah!
Ow.
She takes his finger and shoves it up her nose.
Damn, they literally bang on her wedding dress? What a dick.
What down?
Such a
Told
dad.
you she was a
I don't like
slut.
this. I'm not a fan of this sort of infidelity.
Yeah, this
Julia,
is
you
really
deserve everything you have coming to you.
Yeah, he's getting it. He's getting it in. He's getting it in.
He's like,
They're really sweating.
Yep.
Jeez. She's
getting
loving
the
every
mattress.
minute of it now.
I mean, there is something to be said for the filmmaking, juxtaposing the two scenes, and
The whole unloading aspect.
It's a butt. Sorry,
That
kids.
dude's
I
got
see
a
his
lot.
dick.
I was gonna say
Does
he's
he
got
got a
he's
dick?
got a lot of that crotch hair going on.
He really doesn't care about the ladies. He doesn't clean it up.
He's not manscaping or anything.
He's not manscaping.
It's like, I finished, bitch. Didn't you hear me?
He's like, another one.
We got a stage 5 clinger here.
My magic
Look
dick.
at his face. Like, what the fuck? He's like, dude, you hurt your hand.
Damn, that's a lot of blood, yo.
Why? She doesn't get
She's all like, why are you coming towards me,
Steve,
husband?
I need a band-aid.
Let me see. Mm-hmm.
That's me. I'm gonna throw up.
It's a nasty gash there.
The floor is sucking up the blood.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's interesting the way they did that.
No, it reminds me of
shot.
like
Yeah.
a Tool like video.
In some ways, yeah. Prison sex,
Right.
probably. Yeah.
This whole thing reminds me of that. It's like I would take you, but I was in the middle of
Everything's in the
something.
kitchen.
I've got some fapping to do. Fap, 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 fap. She goes back as she starts cutting her own clothes.
Memory.
Make me want to go back again.
Shh! Fuck, man.
Deal with it.
Oh, I forgot. I
No,
got you
what
a
would a
special
commentary be without table cat?
Table cut.
Table cat.
Up.
I'll break that shit.
I do like this scene. I thought this was really cool.
I
It is
agree.
cool.
I must break you.
I think it's probably the coolest thing about Hellraiser, to
Practical
be
effects.
honest.
Well, I mean this and then.
I like going
Well,
to
this
hell in
and
episode
this and
2,
Jesus
but-
wept at the end. Jesus wept is the scene that always stuck with me.
She's at the end moving all the boards.
It looks like nipples. Oh.
His dick just comes up through the middle.
Oh no!
I love this part.
This is a well done scene. I agree. This is where they probably dropped the predominance of their effects budgets.
Yeah.
Damn.
You just don't see this anymore.
No, you don't.
Slimy.
It's just the
Oh,
Slimy.
it's so creepy. Look at it.
I love
The
it.
brainstem needs
Yeah,
to
this
connect
is
to the
gross.
head.
I enjoy as well.
Is anyone
Ram the
else suddenly
stem into the
moist?
head.
Do it.
Anyone?
Do it.
So is anyone else suddenly moist?
Yeah, I was gonna say Clive Barker definitely
Just
had at
super
least
hungry.
Oh.
Clive at least had a half chub when he was watching this when he was doing Final Cut.
He was getting a what?
He had a half chub,
Really?
probably.
Oh, I thought you said he was
He's a
getting a
weird son
rim
of a
job.
bitch.
I was like, what?
Mm.
How do you know that?
Being born that way must be really.
I've been born again.
I want to see the whole process of how they did this.
Yeah, this is pretty rad, I must say.
Well,
I love practical
obviously it got.
I could only imagine showing something like that scene to somebody who doesn't watch horror movies and how they would
Freak
be
out.
nauseated and scared to death.
pussies.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
That's a good one. What year was this movie again?
I don't know, so
88
hot.
or 89, something like that.
Oh, it's so hot. So hot.
What?
Oh, my god.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
loves
Oh,
it.
look,
She's
she's
just
getting
like,
all
oh
she's
my
fapping under the
god, I
table right
want
now.
that guy.
Oh, right in front
And
of
the
him.
father is seemingly okay with it. He
Wrapping
just smiles and looks
all.
over.
He's like, yeah.
You're talking about laying my daughter down and doing the
My
dirty
girl's
deed, and
gonna
I'm just
get
gonna sit and
some.
smile about it?
Yeah, no.
That's a great suitor for my daughter.
I would like.
Yep,
I would have
1987.
slapped that kid across the face.
87, really? I
87.
thought it was 88, 89. Okay, 87. I guess her hair makes more sense if it's 87, but she's like, I gotta go up there to my
Fap, 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 fap.
let my fingers do the talking.
Or the walk-in.
Walking, that's probably what I meant to say. Kristopher walking.
Is that what they call it now?
Who
Listening
walks out of a room like that?
to listening to talking.
Like everybody's just all
Blinking
weird.
out,
They're
just
like,
like,
that was strange.
He's like, yeah, my wife is a weird bitch. No more for me.
All right, who's ready for the orgy? What?
The only orgy I want is with multiple skinned men.
Blah, blah, blah. She's like, when will your penis come back? How many people do I have to slaughter?
There's only so much I can do as I wait.
he gets all the bodies, and she's like, how many more do I have to give you to make it grow?
He's like, no, this is
I need
it.
it back to its former size. This isn't working for me.
I don't remember it being that small. What?
It's like, well, the foreskin's not going to grow back, so.
Julia, size doesn't matter. It's the motion of the ocean.
So they tell me.
She's like, no.
I don't know why you like to knock
She's
the
like,
phone off the table.
that's not
what
quite
She's
true.
a cat.
Furry
That's what
cat.
they do.
I like to
Furry
lay here.
cat.
It's
You're
fine,
lucky she
annoying.
doesn't stare you in the eye when she does it.
She would, she could.
Ew.
Ew.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, now you're scared.
Julia!
Julia Gulia.
Okay, yeah, don't look at me. That's the opposite of what's going to happen.
Right.
I'm Frank. What?
You were so beautiful.
God has nothing to do
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
like, God, what the hell, man?
She can't stand. And homeboy is gonna be right behind. She's playing it up a little too much.
No way, this is Oscar worthy.
Her little goofy smirks and such.
Drunkiness.
I'm fighting. I'm fighting.
Julia! Julia, where are you?
After your marriage, you're gonna be named Julia Gulia. It's funny. More blood. Give me more blood, and then I can bang you.
Shit, man, if something came at me like that, as feeble as it is, I wouldn't be listening to him. I'd fucking...
Kick him in the face?
Yeah.
Well, he was
like, what the
apparently
fuck? You
able
have
to
to help
stop
me,
her
bitch.
from
No, I
getting
don't.
out the door.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
if
you
it's
made
the
some
guy
bad
that you fell for.
choices.
Like that? No.
Mhm.
No.
There's the creeper.
Fucking, yeah, not creepy at all.
When it's very obvious a guy is trying to get you drunk, and she's just like,
Will you walk me home?
Oh, the 80s.
yeah.
We walk me home? We are home? Or
Well, no,
you
she's
are home?
got a room somewhere else.
Oh, that's right.
And where is this supposed to be again? Chicago?
Baltimore. No,
Is
I
it?
don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, that hat. I don't like that hat. Doesn't match her outfit. Oh, look
What
at
the
that
hell is
guy.
that supposed to be?
Remember, he's like the guy from Hellraiser.
That guy?
Like, he does something. I don't remember. He helps her at the end. Warns her
Hell.
away or something.
Her?
Look, she's not drunk now. Did she
Yeah,
change
right?
outfits?
It was the power of that cool hat of hers. Oh boy.
Yikes.
Get it! Just a couple pecks, and then they're like,
Why
okay,
would
sure,
you
why
go
not?
slut? Well, that's... You shouldn't believe what people say. Fucking made a pass at you at the dinner table in front of your father.
Right?
Yeah, he seems like
You should believe
quality
anything you
material right there.
Right there, right there. Maybe she likes that.
I like the way you
he's
do
brazen.
that right there.
Like, you don't get two shits. I bet you can do it well.
The brooding performance of this woman.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He must have, like, laid the pipe like nobody has ever laid the pipe before.
Well, you can tell he's like a sexual phenom from all of the photos and stuff.
Well, just because you have a lot of sex doesn't mean you're good at it.
True.
True.
Good makeup on this guy, though. I gotta say, it looks disgusting. It's awesome. I'll do it. Just give me the D when you're healed.
Oh, he's so slimy.
I know. It's great.
He actually came all over himself.
Yeah. He's under musculature.
It's like I was just making sure the old regenerative organs are working.
The fuck?
I'm like, this is quite a scene to stumble upon.
Kirsty.
It's so interesting what they do with her character in the comics afterwards. Very different. It's a very well shot scene. Dream sequence, presumably, but...
Oh, I can't handle the baby crying.
I know, it's like
Welcome
nails
to
on
my
a
world.
chalkboard. It's horrible. The blood is obviously spreading here. Oh, is he a gentleman and he slept on the floor? Despite not having a shirt on.
Now he roofie collided her.
Punch him in the face.
You're all sweaty. Flicking a bean.
He stayed over to sleep on the floor after the max session.
Well, they could have done it, and then he was like, I don't like to cuddle, and they got
I like my space.
What a position to be just chilling in.
Crouched like that.
Who else?
Who else? Why do you ask stupid questions?
There's no such thing as stupid questions, just stupid people. Kirsty.
Oh, that's a power suit right
I
there.
was gonna say,
Look
yep,
at
she's
them
going
shoulder
to
pads.
control the boardroom, and
You tell me those football shoulders aren't hers?
All natural, baby.
wearing your sunglasses inside.
Yeah.
Fashionable. Now I'll take them off.
All that hairspray.
So
What are the odds that I would run into
awkward.
another British person
So
in
much
Baltimore?
awkward. Which we have still not established as Baltimore. I still think it's Chicago, but
Could be.
I'm actually curious.
I hope it's Baltimore.
Good morning, Baltimore.
Just come up to my attic. No reason.
Yeah, right?
Just get in my van.
I really like to do it in the attic.
Gets me hot.
That's where all the weird shit happens.
How is she so, like, for how she really is as, like, a sexual deviant, how is she so, like, no, like, so afraid about it, like, what the fuck?
Well, I think he just changed her mind when he was like, you're not gonna fucking change your mind.
Yeah,
are
but
you?"
she's doing it for Frank,
Yeah.
you know, so why is she...
Well, I
Well,
don't.
because she's
Yeah.
still...
She's a
never
slut.
killed
Let's
anyone before.
She's not doing it.
Big time.
Well, but she's feeding him to someone.
She's never done that before.
Yeah. Susie, get
Who
off,
hasn't
why
done
do you get
that
off her
before?
nuts?
I will not get off her nuts. I'll be all up in those balls.
Oh.
Balls. Sweaty balls. Oh.
So apparently,
I really like starfishes.
So apparently, the initial cut of this film did in fact get an X rating and had to go through extensive cuts to reach an R rating.
Mm-hmm. That's the sexy
In
version.
Baltimore?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still Baltimore?
In
They're
Baltimore.
still not saying. I'm trying to get some information about where it was shot.
I just
I'm
don't
not
know how
saying
she found those starfishes.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, those
The
earrings.
Yeah.
giant star earrings? I don't know what you mean by starfishes.
They look like they're attached to her face.
Mm-hmm. Hellraiser, get you back on your feet. Ozzy has a pretty cool song called Hellraiser, co-written with Lemmy.
I like that song.
Lemmy Kilmister. Wow.
Nice, tiny
I was
bodies,
about to
my
say, that's a nice ass.
What?
Get it, dude.
What?
Why would you say that?
What?
Why?
I wasn't paying attention.
Why would you do it?
What'd you say?
You said
I
that
called
dude has a
attention
nice
to
ass.
that guy's ass.
I thought it was pretty hairy.
It's Jaime. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Long hair. We all know what's going on, really.
Right
okay?
under the bus.
Just gonna keep acting like
Did you
we
say
don't
right in the
know.
butt?
Right. Oh, that would have made more sense. I said right under the bus. Right under the bus after getting it in the butt.
Oh, here it goes. Kinky shit.
Kinky shit. Kinky shit. Oh, yeah.
Boom!
Oh, was that with the hammer? So this is a scene that was edited significantly to get the R rating.
Pay attention, boys.
Damn it, I'm not getting any answers here.
It's Baltimore.
You think it's Baltimore?
I mean, where else would it be? Chicago?
Maybe.
Those earrings, though. Can't get over them.
They are pretty intense.
She's all hot and bothered now. She's all like, hurry up, get that skin.
Ooh, yeah, look at his crawl.
Oh,
Interesting.
the sound.
So maybe that's why she met a
The
British.
sound wasn't coming from there, it was coming from her.
So maybe she meets another Brit because of the fact that the filming locations were all done in London. The entire movie was shot in London. Yeah. Made almost $15 million on a $1 million budget. So it was a successful small horror film. So indie horror, obviously, but.
Nibbles. Oof.
Dang.
Bitch, you love it.
That's pretty gross. I like it.
You're still...
I am more fully formed.
And the sound design of him even moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the slimy, sludgy, like
Oh, it's so perfect.
He's just
hearing
like
the
dripping.
dripping and everything.
No, don't
touch
touch me. Ew.
Come to daddy. Bitch, this is what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross. Gross.
Like, you better go get yourself cleaned up, bitch. Like, jeez.
Yeah, right. What is that
Got the
gonna do?
Burberry scarf going. Yeah, where are you
going?
hide that? She's like, wow, he's so light now.
Yeah, bitch. What are you trying to flush it down the toilet?
Not very
She just throws it out the window. Like,
Not very sneaky.
we're in Baltimore. It's fine.
No one will notice.
No one will notice in Baltimore.
It's just another day.
Mm-hmm.
What?
She's like, "Talk to
Yeah,
me
that'll
more like
definitely entice your significant other.
Well, she is into some really weird
that.
shit.
I'm feeling sick. What can I get you? A brandy.
Mm.
No lemon.
Great job.
Yeah, she had blood all over her face earlier. I call bullshit with not messing up her makeup.
Mm.
Bitch.
Why is she wearing white?
Yeah, of all things.
It's like,
No,
Mom, you
very
know what's gonna
smart.
happen.
oh, what? And there's nothing got on her shirt.
And there's no slimy sludge.
How's he hearing anything right now?
Right?
They do look closed off. He doesn't realize she's in this. Will you, babe? You like it?
No, no, no! You nasty girl, you're nasty.
She's a freak.
What's a little fleshless finger among
Yes.
Why can't he just kill all the rats?
Because then he'd have furry skin.
What's the matter now? About what?
About her birds.
Yes. Why won't you properly care for my birds? Yeah, we keep seeing this, dude.
Ew.
Is he eating the...
Crickets. Are those crickets? I'm assuming those are crickets.
I think they're...
Come on, let's get source of protein.
They eat insects in lots of other parts of the world.
It's like, you have some in your beard. I'm saving that for later.
Ugh.
Don't worry, little girl.
It's
I'll
an
jerk
after
off.
poop
I'll
straight
jerk
snap.
off to you later.
Fucking creep.
You crept up on me. That's what's wrong.
Why are you hiding
You're
the
a creeper.
birds?
Weirdo.
You're hiding amongst the birds. Birds everywhere. What does her husband do? He's not home.
Look at that slick song, bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say. He's got the whole Miami Vice look going on right now. Time to feed.
Murder montage.
Why is it the Frank killing these guys?
Because Frank's only good for one thing, using that dick.
They might put up a struggle.
Wow, look at how high the hair's looking there. She's got that
It's just every kill gets higher.
Aquanet
Like
like
adds
a
like
motherfucker.
an inch.
I can't look past that
Peggy
pink
Bundy
and purple
mullet.
eyeshadow.
She's really rocking almost like the David Bowie, but even more accentuated kind of thing.
Those earrings, though. She
Yeah.
really likes her shapes.
She liked your comment, Marcia.
Yeah.
That's why she's
She
smiling.
is pleased.
Oh, you can hear now.
And smoke, apparently.
Time for you to taste me.
How is he not, like, writhing in pain with his exposed nerves?
I think that's part of what he likes.
Yeah, chattery teethy.
Chatterer.
Is that what they call him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fat one with the sunglasses. That's right. Ah! All the pieces of meat just hanging on the... Yeah, they're draining them pretty good. Mm-hmm. They will never find us. Get him! He's even doing the...
Yeah.
Get him.
Your hair looks mighty large.
I've seen this.
Yeah, get him.
Jeez.
Awkward.
Uh-uh.
It's like a fucking baby. I think I left the window open.
He's like, no, that's all right. I'll go
I'm gonna
get
have to
it.
use that excuse one day to see if it works.
The movie does move at a brisk pace.
Wherever
It
you
does
are, though.
move. It
Yeah.
does.
Wherever you
It's
are.
not a very long
I think I
movie.
left the window open. You want to leave a conversation? I think I left the window open.
Well,
just
and
take
also
off.
remember,
Yeah.
I mean, being
I'm like
based
at
on
work. I'm
Yeah,
like, I think
exactly,
I left
yeah,
the
yeah.
window open. I gotta go.
being based on a novella instead of a novel. I mean, it makes me wonder how much was expanded upon, if anything, or if it just really adapts it and just runs. Did you read the whole novella or just the portions?
I've read
that...
it before, but I haven't reread it all the way.
No fella.
It's pretty faithful adaptation, actually. It's about 120
He's
pages.
like, I'm finally gonna get my dick wet. He's so greedy. It's been a while.
It's been a while since I watched Hellraiser.
She's like, no, don't go up there. Let's do it down here.
Can you just take your flesh off for a moment?
It would turn me on so much more. See, the last time I watched this film, I watched Hellraiser 2 like back to back, since they just bleed immediately into each other, and then you can skip just the little intro of, oh my god,
He
I
missed
forgot
those,
about
apparently. It's just a rat nailed to the wall.
that. Yeah.
Nothing to worry about.
Now your back's to the wall.
Oh, great. Look what you started. Now you gotta finish it, bitch.
She's So can you put on this mask and pretend your name's Frank? No
Like,
reason.
totally put on this mask.
What is she brushing behind her ear? She doesn't have any hair. She's like,
Is my mullet unwieldy?
She's just trying to make sure it's in place. Yeah, sorry.
I hope he's watching me get it.
what's sad is that because they've been married for so long, her unwillingness to do it phases him not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's how it usually is. I like to
I'm
watch.
watching.
Look at that Forrest Whitaker eye, though.
She's like,
And he doesn't stop.
it's actually making the husband even more kinked out that she's acting like she doesn't
He's
want
like,
it.
"Yeah,
He's like, then I'm
I'm
gonna
a
give it
robber."
to you.
Yeah.
That poor little mousy. Wow, lovely. Dang. Alright.
She's a woman.
Get out while you still can, man.
Mm-hmm.
She's nuts.
Like these nuts.
He's nuts. She's nuts.
Worse than where?
Baltimore! They're actually in the Upper West Side. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
No.
And
Lord
the
knows
best
I can't do
person
it.
is the stepdaughter. Whose clothes is he wearing?
I think the dad's close, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
look at her
just
outfit.
as horny in the 80s as they are now.
So John Oliver?
Yeah, because he would have been
looks like
probably...
She's like, "Grrr, scowl, scowl, scowl. Mullet, mullet, mullet,
A lot
mullet.
of mullet acting in this movie. Well, that's not a problem for me.
I get lonely sometimes.
Mostly.
She's like, you've been
I
alone in
mostly
my
get
attic.
lonely sometimes.
And he's like, oh, you're such a killer. She's like, yes, I'm joking.
Wouldn't you imagine the average guy is led into a room like this for sex and they're going to look around and be like, what is going on here? Am I about to get murdered? Yeah. Oh, the hammer again. The
Got a little
go-to.
place for it now.
It's a go-to.
A nice little hook.
Urgh.
Perfect time for Julia, or for Kirsty to come say hi to Julia.
He's using her
Yeah,
as a
I know.
shield.
Very well opportuned in the scripting, Mr. Barker. That is one thing I'm disappointed. We don't really see like what he does to gain the energy or the
Something
essence or
tells
whatever.
me that that's the part that got cut out.
Sucks up the flesh.
She has a key.
Oh,
We
those
hear it.
noises, though.
We hear the slurping.
It's like a straw.
Straw.
Yeah, but he's like,
But
where
he's
is
not
it going
drinking
now?
out of it. What's
Yeah.
he doing?
That's what I'm like.
Sucking through
Does
his
anybody have like this like
Oh.
urge to drink a Coke right now?
Yes.
Mm. Dun, dun, dun.
Bitch, I would have called 911.
Seriously,
Right?
I'm
I
going to
was thinking the
investigate
same thing,
yourself.
like, would I go
You
up
just
there?
saw her
Probably
bring a
not.
man in. You heard screaming.
What are you gonna do?
Ah!
Don't touch me, creep.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't look quite as rejuvenated as you would have thought after a third victim.
Why would you hold her hand out?
Why
Why are you not running away?
come to daddy? What are you?
Yeah. Oh, he's...
The pedo?
Well, you would think a guy who will bang his, brother's
I
wife,
wouldn't
he's probably not
think
going
that-
to draw the line.
I think you can still draw the line at your niece. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Yeah. Another scene that was cut up from what I was reading is her just tearing his guts out.
That would have been cool.
That was just a quick little flash. No! Brrr. And where was Miss Seaface in all of this?
Oh, she was in the other room masturbating.
Curses!
Daddy.
I bet you make Daddy proud. Walking past random nuns for whatever reason.
They're like, what's up, bitch? God.
They're all over Baltimore, did you know, Jaime? Jeez.
Guess so. Never been to Baltimore. Frank. We still don't know where they are. But it
Baltimore.
might be Baltimore.
Flowers.
Yeah, I like the time lapse.
blooming.
It's cool.
I'm in a hospital wearing a wedding.
Where's your daddy-o?
Do, 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 do.
Mm.
That's weird.
I was like, is this the 50s?
It's like, what are you watching?
What is she wearing? Mm-hmm.
It won't be a moment. So, which means she's never coming back.
Why would they not have called the father already?
Right.
Damn that bow tie.
Yeah.
Because he's tying his bow tie.
Huh?
He wasn't able to call the dad because he was too busy making his bow tie perfect. He's
Priorities.
sweet.
Priorities.
God damn it.
Like, no. Why would it jog my memory?
Thank you, Dr. Lionel Richie. That was
Right.
great.
I'm out. Damn, there's no lock on this. How can I be locked in?
They just put a box outside.
And didn't they pursue the asylum aspect in the second one, Cecil? I can't remember. They had her locked up or something in the second
Yeah,
one.
she was in a hospital or something.
Yeah,
That's what
hospital.
I- yeah.
I don't know if it was an insane asylum, but
I think it was a hospital.
Dream Warriors came out, what, 86, 87?
uh,
Maybe the same year as this, honestly.
it
That
might have been
think about it.
87. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Why do they look like tiny sperm?
I was wondering the same thing. Little pink sperm.
Gloop, gloop, gloop. Skate, skate, skate. Ah!
Wrong answer.
You fucked it up.
Yeah. Pain for pleasure.
Come in, little girl.
Next stop, hell.
I did like in that scene just now how when the door was opening, like it had like a gooey, fleshy, almost like the
Dude, I
Now
always
it's
thought
gone.
this scene was in the second movie.
Oh, I'm sure they flash back to it because there's a lot of flashbacks in that second
Yeah.
movie.
That's true.
Yeah, there was a similar scene, I think, when she
I
went
thought
back.
they might have redone
Yeah.
this scene.
Don't
in the
they
second
start the movie
actually.
with like
This, I
5
thought.
or 7 minutes of flashbacks? Like,
Probably.
and I know Barker didn't direct.
This scene right here is iconic though for Hellraiser. This thing scared the shit out of me when I was growing up.
And we're all silent,
Dun-dun.
actually, just like taking it
Dun-dun.
in.
It's amazing.
That's good.
This is like a quintessential Clive Barkerism. This thing here.
Yeah, I've read some of the books of Blood, but I haven't read any of his longer form stuff. And
Oh, the baby crying again. Stop
perhaps
it.
once I finish with Joe Hill, time to do
There
some
it
Barker
is.
proper. Yeah.
Ah!
Nice.
Grab people.
Crab people, crab.
It's so
Ugh,
Ghostbusters.
so
Yeah,
weird.
it really is, and this
Isn't
is the
that
kind of
creepy?
stuff they expand upon significantly in Hellbound or
Yeah.
whatever they call the second one. There's just tons of these whack ass creatures.
So awesome. That's what
Seriously.
scared the shit out of me though.
It reminds me of an anglerfish.
Yeah.
That would be great to be a dude who does those sort of sound effects for a film. Oh boy. Now we finally get to see them.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is. I like doing the like reverse negative, whatever you classify it as.
Mhm.
Got the fog. Uh-oh.
Well, that's quite a sound effect.
Damn.
I'm liking these quick cuts that they're. There we go. There he is.
Digital effects. 1987. Digital
Yes,
effects.
cutting edge. Definitely the scariest of all the Cenobites, in my opinion. Like, easily.
It was my
Even
man.
more so than him. Yeah. Strangest looking of the Cenobites. Hmm. I like the vague classification of themselves. It's interesting.
Gross.
Are those Ray-Bans, bro? And the sexy bite. I thought that was Marcia for a second for some reason. A waste of good suffering.
Such good dialogue. It's awesome.
Yeah, this is a cool plot point. Her bargaining for her life.
Yeah.
Tear your soul
Apart!
So classic.
Not my soul.
That's been
So
stolen.
classic.
It's been stolen by metal bands
love
and
it.
like put in their songs and stuff. lots of
love
the
this movie.
So
lots of the
metal.
black
Into
metal.
So metal.
Metal is fuck.
Metal is life. Yeah, we all care about that.
And
dude.
yet, it does not seem like the resurgence went as quickly with the later couple bodies as it did with the first one.
Right, no, the last two didn't
The
do
process
shit.
slows, yeah. Or she just did not choose wisely.
You have not chosen wisely.
He chose poorly. This guy obviously chose poorly with his wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap.
I heard that.
Mm-mm.
Look at those earrings. I'm obsessed with her earrings.
She does rock pretty badass earrings.
Come up here to my murder room. I mean, our other room.
Now just get in my van.
Opens pretty easily
There you go.
now.
Start
Nice.
learning to trust people.
We've just gone back to the house on Elm Street.
Hmm.
He's like, I
But
meant
let's
to
say we
bang
didn't even
her.
get to see him take Frank. Lame.
Stoops. Oh, where he got the stitches, eh? Jeez.
Oh my.
Damn.
She got what she wanted.
Yep.
She got
Yeah.
that Frank D.
It's some serious deep.
I wonder if
thinking.
if Frank's brother's dick skin fit right.
That seems like an issue.
I
Can
think
you
it's
imagine
I
it
think it
like
would be.
comes up to here, but then like the tip is like all flopped.
That's like it's got like a
like
condom tip
food.
on it. Like,
Not fitting like puzzle pieces
this
there.
is just gross. Who doesn't
Disgusting.
want an extra dick tip on their dick tip?
It's like his was originally too big and Frank's was too big,
So
so,
they-
it's just like it stretched, so it's like this, like a tent.
So they just released her when they seemed to be holding her against her will initially?
Yeah, because she's got to go get Frank.
Yeah.
Well,
she had to
obviously.
lead them to Frank.
But she was able to escape when they seemed like they were
Come
holding
to
her
daddy.
at the...
His creepy saying is what does him in.
Come to daddy.
Mhm.
Grabs her ass.
Come to Papa.
Jesus Wept is coming up, and that is still my favorite scene in the film.
Why don't you ruin it for everyone? Spoiler.
They don't know what that means.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but a little
Like,
blood
he's
behind
covered
it.
in blood. Doesn't
Yeah,
notice
dude, but-
that.
Do you not see this?
I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't. My skin doesn't end at the back of my neck. What?
The way she's looking at him. This does really speed along pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
A mad dog.
It's interesting what an effect they can have by just layering some extra scab skin just around the edge of his face.
Right.
She does not even... Have they even addressed that? Bleed that.
No, you don't.
There you go.
Like shit. No, you don't.
There you go. There you go.
Show her father's skinless body.
Bloop. He's like, yeah, it looks like it fit like a glove.
Ugh. Stop it.
For the most part.
You're so nasty. Oof.
She's like, but how am I going to get the Cenobites off my butt if I don't have Frank? Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. You lied.
Damn. At least they saw through the ruse. Oh, now there's candles.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty now.
Well, it's romantic.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
now she
Christmas
can get
corpse.
out, even though it was locked a moment ago.
You can't pass my weird inverted arm.
Push that bitch! Oh, she's mean.
Why, whatever is going on, mate?
No, it's not.
We'll all suck each other. It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Now she knows. And knowing is half the battle. Go, Joe.
Come.
Come on down. I mean, to down.
Ready?
Why would you let him touch you?
Ah!
Gross.
Ah!
This actor did a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I know I've seen him in a ton of other things. I can't quite recall what at this point. But...
He's almost like a Tom
Ready
Skerritt.
for it?
Yeah!
Oh!
Get that bitch! And she's like, but Frank, and he's like, sorry, I used you, girl. Thanks for all the help. I just
Oh,
use,
he's gonna
I
steal
use
her
all.
shit too.
Oh, wow. It's nothing personal, babe. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so this is cool.
Gross.
I had
He's like,
some,
I might still put it in you later.
I had some. Yikes! It's like after just taking
Get it,
out
Marcia.
of you, the knife. I do like that the second one is Julia versus her again.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
She's like, but I can't go back in there because those other guys are in there. Da-na-na,
But why are they
da-na-na.
only, like, in that one room? Can't they, like...
Because that's where all the hell carnage has been.
Mm-hmm. Did you really
Yeah,
jump?
literally, Jesus. I'm scared by Jesus.
That's really funny. That was gold right there, y'all.
Oh,
Gold.
Jesus will jump out at you, Marcia. Careful.
Yeah. Jesus
You least
Christ.
expect it.
Let me save you.
Praise me.
That's a good one.
Okay, man. Give it the da.
It's so quiet.
A little too quiet.
There's Raph.
There's
Too
something on
bad.
your face. Aw,
I
that's...
forgot about that.
And yet Marcia didn't jump at that, but she jumped at Jesus.
Well, this is a lot. Gross.
Jumping Jack.
Damn, that was a lot of magnets.
Jumping for Jesus.
Jumping Jesus Flash.
I feel like that's like a jump rope-a-thon name. Like,
Jumping Jesus.
Rock me sexy Jesus. Mm-hmm.
Like, all I want to do is get out of this crazy fucking house.
Come on.
psst.
Did you not think he was going to reemerge? Why are you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
standing to cry?
She's gonna phone her daddy. Oh, daddy.
You know, they do make really good use of just the one set for the most part. And everything
Mhm.
else, I mean, it's like 80-something% of this movie takes place at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Filming it for a mill, I mean. Oh, now they're gonna show up.
Oh, he
He
announced
admitted
it.
it, yeah. Dun-dun-dun, ba-dun-dun.
The hell is that? Oh, you don't know after
Precisely.
spending as long
Yeah,
as down there
right?
as you did?
Yeah. I'm not.
Dude, if I were him, I would be tucking tail and headed out that door. But fast.
Too late.
Your hubris got you caught.
Hmm.
You're not going anywhere.
Here it is. Rah.
Get back over there, you piece of shit.
Best Cenobite.
Yeah, Chatterer is pretty dope.
The one looks like a chode.
I'm not afraid.
Bitch.
I guess that means he approved the deal.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Oof.
Oh, that's awesome.
Man, you had your whole nerves exposed, really?
Oh, still. Hook pressure can't be fun.
Chode.
This is so extreme.
Nice.
I want to know what
Get
the
it.
more X-rated version is,
Oh.
damn it. Oh, big one.
Here we go.
So
Oh, I love
extra right now. He's so extra right now.
It's coming up.
Skadoosh.
That's the money
Whoa.
shot.
Damn it.
That's
I know,
actually
that could've
funny
been
because
so much cooler,
the
too.
last version of the last time I watched this movie, I guess I was watching the uncut version because we saw full on just shredding.
Oh, man.
This is the cut version.
I need to get that then. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Making the wall bleed.
Nice,
That's
I like
an
it.
aggressive hook.
She's got the
We made a
hook.
deal!
She's got the hook. She's got the hook.
She's got the hook.
Oh, there's Julia in the bed.
Uh,
Bed that brings her back.
You see, honestly, I just want to watch the second one like right afterwards
Yeah,
now, like I did the
really
last time.
do too, yeah.
But we have works to do.
Uh-oh.
A hint of
Dougie
groove,
Brady. Yes.
with the alien, the hiss.
Is that his first time saying the line?
Mm-hmm.
Thought so. Her fingernails were nasty
do
too.
that.
Those 80s effects.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Electra flying.
Yeah, they definitely look like they're in the UK. Just the look of that house and stuff. Ah! Although, despite the 80s-ness of the effects, there's a certain charm to them, I must say. I dig it. Oh, of course, this asshole shows up.
That's cool.
It's like I told you, he's a really nice guy.
I'm so confused where they are right now.
Mm-hmm. Is it Chatter Teethy?
Chatter.
Chatterer.
Yeah! My favorite. Of course he's the last to go.
Fat guy's the last one, I think. Right?
Oh yeah, Chubbo is still there. Or Chode as with his eyes sewn shut. I forgot about that. Ah!
Squish. We should probably go.
Mm. Yeah.
But I gotta close the box.
Ah! We never saw that thing come through. That'll work. Just punches him in the face. That's funny. Woo!
Like the hands.
Just grab it, damn it! Ah!
She's just like, get away!
You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're gonna fuck it up.
Nice. I like those effects, honestly.
Nipples.
Really?
I don't know. That could be dirt. So, what's next?
Hellbound. That shirt, though, man.
It's pretty awesome.
I dig it.
He's like, I drew it
Like a
myself.
disco
Marcia,
floor.
you were in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she ripped the head off. She's like, oh my god. So hot.
I was waiting for her to like paste her photo on there. Like,
Yeah, seriously, right? Frank is so hot right now. Just burning a random chair.
Right. I'm telling you, they're in Baltimore.
I don't think Clivey Barkey is gonna let you melty.
It's a homeless guy who eats crickets.
Yeah.
He's gonna jump in
Are
the
we gonna
fire.
finally get some information?
He's gonna jump in the fire.
He would let himself be lit on fire to get it.
Sounds like popcorn.
What?
Oh shit!
I forgot about that.
I completely forgot about that part. And you're just like, okay. They brought it back to where it needs to be so it can continue to live on.
In the
Here's your son.
streets of Iraq or Afghanistan or one of those places.
I was thinking like somewhere in Vietnam or
No.
somewhere in Southeast Asia.
Doesn't really look like they're in Vietnam.
Mm.
Okay.
So we're
that's
done.
it for the commentary,
Frank the
guys.
monster.
We're not gonna sit through the credits because we're on a bit of a time crunch, so we're gonna jump over to do our review. But hope you enjoyed the commentary. Thanks very much for joining us. Thank you once again
Doug
to
Bradley.
J.R. Hamantashen for sponsoring the episode
Yes.
with his
Yes,
book.
thank
his
you.
or her book, A Deep Horror That Was Very Nearly Awe.
Awe.
Again, the link to get your copy of this horror anthology book is in the description box down below. Also, thank you to SK for requesting this as a Patreon commentary. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie Von Slaughter.
Gracias, I've been Jaime and Fuego.
Monster Burger.
Yeah, she is.
And remember,
Stay scared. Oh.